Welcome to the Steve and Mead Review. I'm Steve, and this is my special guest, Jordan. And tonight we saw Cirque du Freak, the vampire's assistant. This is a movie about a teenager who has to become a vampire to save his friend, and it has to do with some sort of prophecy or something, and with vampire war. The main character ends up living with, circus freaks. I got the impression that it was supposed to be some sort of a Harry Potter, except with vampires instead of, wizards kind of deal, where it's, aimed for younger kids. There's a lot of comedy in this one, a lot more than Harry Potter.
The whole teen vampire angsting has been way overdone. For those of you out there who like Twilight and the books and the movies, you might enjoy this, although, as Steve said, is definitely geared towards a slightly younger audience. So, plot-wise, I would say it was an okay movie. It generally held together well enough. Laughs, there were a few laughs. Well, more than a few, but not a bunch.
Yeah, I agree. I laughed a few times in this movie, but overall, it wasn't that funny. It's got its moments, but, for a comedy, not real funny. It almost had a Wolfman's Got Nards joke in there. Almost. It was pretty close. So that was something that I noticed. Not that that's necessarily a good thing. I just wanted to point that out. Wolfman's Got Nards. Don't forget it.
I would say where the movie shone the most was definitely in the special effects / creature effects. There were some pretty awesome-looking freaks in the movie.
The kid in the movie, the main character, I thought was a very poor actor. I didn't care for his performance at all. And what's his name? Willem Dafoe is in this movie. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
He was sort of like a Vincent Price character, and that's probably the coolest guy in the whole movie. And he's not in it very much, unfortunately. So you got the main character sucks, and like this side character that's hardly in it was cool.
Yeah, I didn't care much for the main character either. He seemed, well, like I said, it's the whole angst thing. He was a pretty wussy vampire. I don't know what I thought vampires should be, but that certainly was not it.
Vampires who don't drink blood.
Exactly. It seems a lot like the whole Interview with a Vampire thing.
I wish we would have seen more of the bad guys. There's really only one bad vampire who, gets the kid to turn bad. And you see a lot of other ones, but they're just sort of generic guys. They don't have a lot of personality. They're just the one. So I would like to see more of them.
If we were going on special effects and stuff, I'd definitely have to give this one an A. But all the other areas, I would say it's going to have to drag it down to maybe a C, maybe a C+ at the best.
I think I will have to give this movie actually a D. I think it was...
Whoa.
It was... for a younger audience, they might enjoy it more than I did. But I thought the story was pretty weak. The main character was a poor actor. Not that he had a lot to work with the lame character he was playing. I thought it was supposed to be a comedy, judging by, the attempt at humor in this movie, but it wasn't really that funny. It did have decent special effects, but again, we're not rating just on special effects. So,
all right.
I give this movie a D.